Top 10 Amazing Facts About King Nebuchadnezzar. Welcome to the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where King Nebuchadnezzar II built an empire that defied time. Today, we'll uncover the top 10 amazing facts about King Nebuchadnezzar. Join us on this journey through ancient wonders and epic tales that define one of history's most enigmatic rulers. Number 10. The succession of the throne. The succession of the throne following the death of Nebuchadnezzar II marked a critical moment in the history of the Babylonian Empire, revealing the complexities and challenges inherent to leadership and political stability in ancient civilizations. Nebuchadnezzar, who reigned from 605 to 562 BC, was succeeded by his son, Marduk, biblically known as Evil Merodach. Despite efforts to maintain Babylon's splendor and dominance, the empire began to show signs of internal and external weakness. Marduk, whose reign lasted just 2 years, was assassinated by his brother-in-law, Nebuchadnezzar. The rapid succession of rulers in this period, each facing challenges and conspiracies, reflects the instability that can arise in the transition of power, especially in an empire as vast and diverse as Babylon's. This period of post-Nebuchadnezzar turbulence underscores a fundamental lesson about the fragility of ancient political systems and the importance of planned and stable succession. The difficulty in maintaining cohesion and unity within the empire, amidst personal ambitions and dynastic challenges, eventually led to Babylon's decline, culminating in the conquest by Cyrus the Great of Persia in 539 BC. This story not only sheds light on the internal struggles of Babylon but also serves as a reminder that effective leadership and governmental stability are fundamental pillars for a nation's prosperity and longevity. The succession of Nebuchadnezzar's throne, in this sense, is not just a historical event but a narrative that invites reflection on power, responsibility, and the transience of empires. Number 9. The Fiery Furnace. In one of the most moving and dramatic episodes of the Book of Daniel, we find the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, 3 young Jews who were in captivity in Babylon during the reign of Nebuchadnezzar II. Defying the royal order to worship a towering gold statue, these young men chose to remain faithful to their beliefs, facing the king's wrath. Nebuchadnezzar, enraged by their disobedience, ordered that they be thrown into a blazing furnace, increasing its usual heat sevenfold as punishment for their defiance. However, what followed was a miracle that would leave an indelible mark on the history of faith. The young men not only survived unharmed but were seen walking inside the fire accompanied by a 4th figure, described as an angel or the divine presence, protecting them from the lethal heat. This event transcends its spectacle to offer profound teachings on faith, loyalty, and divine intervention. The refusal of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to worship the statue, despite the deadly consequences, exemplifies an unshakable faith and trust in God, serving as a testament to their belief that, regardless of the outcome, their fidelity should not be compromised. Nebuchadnezzar's reaction, upon witnessing their salvation and recognizing the power of their God, reflects a change of heart, from disdain to awe and respect for a faith he did not know. This story not only highlights divine protection in the face of the most extreme trials but also promotes tolerance and respect for others' beliefs, teachings that remain relevant today. The story of the fiery furnace is a reminder that genuine faith can face the flames of the most daunting challenges and emerge strengthened, a message of hope and courage that resonates through the ages. Number 8. The Steel of Nebuchadnezzar. In the vast tapestry of ancient history, the Steel of Nebuchadnezzar emerges as an invaluable document, offering a direct window into the soul of Babylon under the reign of one of its most legendary monarchs. This artifact, engraved in stone with the meticulousness only ancient artisans could achieve, serves as a chronicle of Nebuchadnezzar II's achievements and ambitions, who ruled from 605 to 562 BC. More than a mere monument to his glory, the stele reveals details about Babylon's expansion, its unprecedented construction projects like the Hanging Gardens, and his fervent devotion to the Babylonian gods, particularly Marduk, the divine patron of Babylon. The inscription on the stele is a testament to the city's golden age, highlighting Nebuchadnezzar's role as restorer and protector of its splendor. The significance of the Steel of Nebuchadnezzar transcends mere historical record. It offers a unique perspective on the religious, cultural, and administrative practices of a civilization that has captured the world's imagination for millennia. Through its text, we understand not only the magnitude of Nebuchadnezzar's ambitions and his deep sense of divine duty, but also the broader context of the ancient Near East, a world where the earthly and the spiritual were intrinsically intertwined in the fabric of daily life. The stele, therefore, is not just a testament to the power and piety of a king but a reflection of the society over which he presided, marking a turning point in the historiography of the ancient East, where human achievements and divine devotion are immortalized in stone. Number 7. The Madness of Nebuchadnezzar. The Madness of Nebuchadnezzar, recounted in the book of Daniel chapter 4, is one of the most fascinating and instructive episodes in the Bible, highlighting divine sovereignty over human power. According to the narrative, after reaching the pinnacle of his power and glory, Nebuchadnezzar delivered a self-praising speech about the great works and the majestic city he had built by his own majesty. At that moment, he was warned by a dream, interpreted by Daniel, that his pride would lead to being humbled by God. Not long after, Nebuchadnezzar lost his reason and was expelled from human society, living among the beasts of the field, eating grass like oxen, until he recognized that the Most High has dominion over the kingdoms of men. This incident stands out for its powerful message on humility and the recognition of divine authority over all things. Nebuchadnezzar's madness serves as a vivid reminder that, no matter the power or wealth one may accumulate, we are all subject to God's will. Ultimately, the king regained his sanity and his kingdom, but only after recognizing and praising God's sovereignty, demonstrating that true understanding and wisdom come from recognizing our position before the Creator. This episode not only underscores the mercy and redemption possible under divine grace, but also teaches about the importance of humility and the acknowledgement of a higher power in our lives. Number 6. The destruction of Solomon's temple. The destruction of Solomon's temple by King Nebuchadnezzar in 586 BCE marks a pivotal chapter in both biblical history and the history of the Jewish people. This event, detailed in the book of 2 Kings, culminates in the conquest of Jerusalem and the beginning of the Babylonian exile of the Jews, a period of captivity and displacement that would last approximately 70 years. Solomon's temple, built as a sacred place of worship to God and a symbol of Jewish identity, was not only the religious center of Israel but also an emblem of their covenant with God. The destruction of this temple meant the loss of national and spiritual autonomy, causing a profound crisis of faith and identity among the Jews. The reason for this act goes beyond mere military conquest. From a biblical perspective, it is interpreted as divine punishment for Israel's infidelity and idolatry. The prophets, including Jeremiah, had repeatedly warned the Jewish people about the consequences of turning away from God's commands. In this context, the fall of the temple and the subsequent exile served as a spiritual awakening, a call to reflection and repentance. This period of tribulation not only tested the faith of the Jewish people but also redefined their relationship with God, laying the groundwork for a profound spiritual rebirth and the eventual reconstruction of the temple, symbolizing resilience and renewed covenant with God. Therefore, this event is fundamental to understanding Jewish history, faith, and enduring hope in redemption. Number 5. The Code of Hamurabi. Though the Code of Hamurabi was created centuries before the reign of Nebuchadnezzar II, its influence endured and strengthened during the Babylonian period he ruled. This set of laws, considered one of the earliest and most complete legal writings in history, established rules for resolving disputes in a variety of everyday situations and was based on the principle of an eye for an eye. Under Nebuchadnezzar's reign, Babylon became the epicenter of power, culture, and justice in the ancient Near East, and the Code of Hamurabi played a crucial role in the administration of this empire. The existence of this code demonstrates the advanced level of social organization and concern for justice that characterized Babylon, aspects that Nebuchadnezzar endeavored to maintain and strengthen. The relevance of the Code of Hammurabi during Nebuchadnezzar's reign lies in its practical application and its lasting impact on subsequent legislation, including modern laws. This code not only regulated aspects of everyday life but also established principles of fairness and protection for the most vulnerable, including widows, orphans, and slaves. The influence of the code on the development of Babylonian law under Nebuchadnezzar, and its subsequent impact on other cultures, underscores the significance of this document as a significant pillar in the history of law. In this context, the Code of Hammurabi stands not only as a monument to ancient wisdom but also as a testament to the human aspiration for justice and order, aspects that Nebuchadnezzar, despite being a warrior and conqueror, knew to recognize and preserve. Number 4. The Reconstruction of Babylon. Under the reign of Nebuchadnezzar II, Babylon underwent an unprecedented transformation, becoming the jewel of his empire and one of the most astonishing cities of antiquity. This monarch, with an unrivaled architectural vision, embarked on an ambitious reconstruction project that sought not only to strengthen the city's defenses but also to beautify it until it became the center of the known world. The walls of Babylon, so robust and majestic, were so wide that, according to accounts, 2 chariots could pass side by side at their top. Furthermore, the iconic Ishtar Gate, clad in blue tiles and reliefs of dragons and bulls, served as a formidable entry to the city, leaving both locals and strangers in awe. These works not only reflect the might and wealth of Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar's command but also demonstrate a deep aesthetic sense and advanced knowledge in engineering and architecture. The importance of this reconstruction lies not only in its aesthetic magnificence and the engineering feat it represented. This masterpiece also had a profound cultural and political meaning. By beautifying Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar sought not only to leave a physical legacy of his reign but also to affirm Babylon's supremacy as the political, economic, and cultural center of the ancient world. The city became a symbol of Mesopotamian civilization, reflecting the splendor, wealth, and wisdom of its people. This effort not only ensured that his name would be remembered through generations but also fostered a deep sense of identity and pride among its inhabitants. Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon became a testament to human ingenuity, capable of challenging the limits of nature and history, and remains in the collective memory as a landmark of antiquity. Number 3. Nebuchadnezzar II, the Great Wine Bottle. In the rich tapestry of history and tradition, few names are as resonant as that of Nebuchadnezzar II, the mighty king of Babylon. Among his multiple associations, from conquering kingdoms to creating architectural wonders, one of the most curious and lesser known is his link to the world of modern winemaking. The Nebuchadnezzar II is not a relic of his vast empire but a colossal wine bottle named in his honor. With a capacity of 15 liters, equivalent to 20 standard wine bottles, the Nebuchadnezzar symbolizes the opulence and grandeur associated with his name. This vinicultural homage not only reflects the magnificence of Nebuchadnezzar and his reign but also highlights the fascination and respect his historical figure continues to inspire in contemporary culture. The reason behind this fascinating choice of nomenclature lies at the intersection between history and winemaking tradition. In antiquity, Babylon was one of the nerve centers of civilization, a place where art, architecture, and yes, even gastronomy and winemaking flourished under Nebuchadnezzar's visionary leadership. Naming one of the largest wine bottles in honor of this king is not just a tribute to his legacy of greatness but also reflects a desire to evoke the richness and splendor of a distant past in our modern celebrations. Thus, the Nebuchadnezzar II is not just a wine container. It is a symbol of the perpetuity of history, a bridge between the past and the present, and a reminder that grandeur can transcend the confines of time. Number 2. The transformation of Nebuchadnezzar's dream into prophecy. The story of Nebuchadnezzar's dream, as recounted in the book of Daniel, chapter 2, stands out not only for its enigmatic nature but also for its significant spiritual and prophetic transcendence within the biblical context. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, was troubled by a dream that none of his wise men could interpret. This dream revealed a colossal statue with parts made of different metals, from a gold head to feet of a mix of iron and clay. The inability of his advisors to decipher the dream led Nebuchadnezzar to a state of fury and impatience, threatening severe consequences for those who could not provide a satisfactory interpretation. It was then that Daniel, a young Jewish exile, was brought before the king. Endowed by God with the gift of dream interpretation, Daniel not only described Nebuchadnezzar's dream accurately but also provided its interpretation, something no other wise man had achieved. The importance of this episode lies in the interpretation Daniel gives to the dream, which becomes a prophecy spanning from Nebuchadnezzar's Babylonian empire to future kingdoms that would arise and fall. According to Daniel, each metal of the statue represented a kingdom, starting with Babylon, symbolized by the gold head. The prophecy foresaw the succession of world empires, culminating in an eternal kingdom established by God, symbolized by a stone that destroys the statue and grows into a great mountain. This narrative not only emphasizes the sovereignty and omnipotence of God over human kingdoms but also consolidates faith in the fulfillment of divine prophecies and the eventual establishment of a kingdom of justice and peace. Daniel's ability to interpret the dream demonstrated the supremacy of the God of Israel over the Babylonian gods and marked Nebuchadnezzar in a way that influenced his reign and his perception of the divine. This episode is a powerful reminder that, despite the apparent preeminence of earthly rulers, it is the divine will that ultimately prevails, a recurring theme throughout the scriptures. Number 1. The Hanging Gardens, a wonder for his beloved. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, attributed to King Nebuchadnezzar II, represent one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and are an astonishing testament to human ingenuity and love. It is said that these gardens were created by Nebuchadnezzar in the 6th century BC as a gift for his wife, Madness of Media, who longed for the green landscapes of her homeland. To satisfy her nostalgia and bring a piece of her home to Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar ordered the construction of a hanging garden that included trees, flowers, and exotic shrubs, irrigated by an advanced hydraulic engineering system. This oasis not only defied the arid climate of Mesopotamia but also symbolized the depth of the king's love for his wife, by radically transforming the landscape of his kingdom to please her. The cultural and symbolic impact of the Hanging Gardens transcends their mere physical existence, reflecting not only the power and wealth of the Babylonian Empire but also its advanced knowledge in areas such as architecture, botany, and engineering. The wonder of the Hanging Gardens lies in their ability to unite personal love with the collective achievements of a civilization, creating a legacy that has captivated humanity's imagination throughout the centuries. Despite doubts about their actual existence, due to the lack of direct archaeological evidence, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon continue to be a powerful symbol of human splendor and a reminder of how acts of love can inspire wonders that endure in time and collective memory.